Analogue, the company that made the Analogue Pocket, is making a reimagining of the N64, and it's totally in FPGA. No emulation. Let's check it out. All right, so we've got a tweet here from Mr. Bob Wolf. If you guys aren't familiar with the Wolf Den YouTube channel, I would highly recommend checking it out. He does great videos on gaming hardware, emulation hardware, all of it. And so this is Bob Wolf. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. And so this is in response, a quote retweet of the Analogue company here, and we're gonna go check out their original here. Introducing Analogue 3D, our reimagining of the N64 in 4K resolution. Perhaps the greatest multiplayer system of all time. Analogue 3D is the world's first 100% compatible with every original N64 game ever made. Region-free, Bluetooth LE, dual-band Wi-Fi, 4 original-style controller ports, entirely new next-generation analog hardware featuring 3D OS. Engineered entirely in FPGA, no emulation. And then we go check out the full announcement. And check this baby out. The future is here, and yes, indeed it is. Look at this. This thing, even in the shadowy backdrop here, it is looking good. All right. Introducing Analogue 3D, the future is here. And we kind of get the same blurb from the tweet, so let's just continue down here. Look at that. Very, very close to being true to form of the original N64. I mean, it looks great. It has the same kind of curvature and stuff. Obviously, they can't make it too similar or they might get sued into oblivion, but it's close enough and just looks so good. It just looks so good. Look at the controller ports. Everything is beautiful. This is great. Banjo-Kazooie in the cartridge slot, ready to go. And it looks like they're going to have their own proprietary controller, Bluetooth controller for it. That's cool. 100% compatibility for the first time ever. Analogue 3D represents a milestone in video game preservation. It's not only the world's first reimagining of an N64, but the world's first 100% compatible recreation of an N64. Analogue spent nearly 4 years engineering it in FPGA. No more incompatibilities found in software emulation like input lag, graphic audio inaccuracies, timing frame rate issues, and more. That is awesome. Especially for lovers of games like Super Smash Bros., right? The original, you get to play it on the N64 with no input lag. That's awesome. That is so cool. The unmistakable signature and soul of the CRT on your HD TV in 4K. Unlike its 2D predecessors, the N64 wasn't just about pixels. The original hardware's distinctive approach to rendering polygons and textures depends on the CRT far more critically than simpler 2D systems. Even game developers had to leverage the interplay between the hardware and a CRT to achieve harmony. That's crazy, I didn't know that. They had to get like timing and everything down to such a precise science that it would look accurate to what they were playing on the hardware. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, look at this. The gold standard. Is that an illusion? Are they going to make a gold version of it as well? That would be kind of cool. That would be actually kind of cool to do what they actually did for the N64, have a gold copy of it, a gold version, a gold edition. That'd be sick. And look at this controller, the 8-bit DO controller. That's cool that they're kind of like, I don't know if it's an official partnership. I guess it is because they're advertising it. That's crazy. 8-bit DO 64 controller, an icon never felt so new. Okay, here we go. So they did. It says, we worked closely with 8-bit DO to design a wireless Bluetooth recreation of the original N64 controller with a modern form factor. That's crazy. So they did. They fully partnered with these guys and made a controller for this. Crafted with an uncompromising attention to detail, the C buttons, D-pad, and AB buttons retain the original size. Wow, that is actually really cool attention to detail. I like that a lot. Staying true to the size even of the buttons. That's commitment right there. That is commitment. And in a layout that is so much more, I guess, ergonomically friendly, right? No middle third stick. I'm sorry to all of you traditionalists out there that would prefer to have it. I think I'll probably like this much more. From an ergonomics and comfortability standpoint, I will probably like this a lot more. It looks really nice. Yeah, this is cool. Wow, and then all the games there. Nothing. No game withholding, right? They said every single game will run like it did on the N64. That is crazy. Very cool. I like this, a little pixel representation of it on your entertainment console. That's sick. 3D OS is an evolution of Analog OS, the definitive scholarly operating system for playing and experiencing an entire era of video games. Redesigned in 4K exclusively for Analog 3D, loaded with features uniquely crafted for N64, developed for everyone who understands that the details define the experience. 3D OS sets the standard for exploring the depths of N64. Absolutely awesome. And look at this. You get to see screenshots of the OS. That's cool. I like it because it's clean, right? It's not super bogged down by unnecessary details, right? It just gives you everything you need to look at, but in a presentable way, right? It's clean. It's simple. It's not overdone. So yeah, I like that. FPGA. We're preserving video game history with FPGA hardware. Analog 3D was developed to achieve unparalleled compatibility. Engineered directly into a 220K LE Altera Cyclone 10GX, the most powerful FPGA analog has ever used in a product. We spent 4 years developing a perfect way to experience N64 and FPGA. 4 years! They've been working on this for 4 years. That's crazy. I did kind of wonder in the back of my mind when I saw the Analog Pocket, like, oh crap, I wonder what else they could do with this. I wonder what else they could do with this FPGA technology. And we're seeing it now. They are expanding. They're not just sticking with the Analog Pocket, they're going into N64. I wonder where that decision came from. I wonder if it's just because it's like the turn of Nintendo to way more 3D, like actually using polygons, and maybe they thought, oh, that's a huge pivotal point, we should cover that with our hardware. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what else they decide to try and cover too. Will they take a step back and do the Super Nintendo at some point? You know, I don't know, it's just interesting to think about the directions they could go with this. Like, will they try and cover disc technology and do the PlayStation? Because it's, you know, in the same kind of generation as the N64? I don't know. It's interesting though. I would love to see what else they can do with this and if they are kind of planning any other directions to go. That's pretty cool. I like the yellow schematic kind of color here too. It just feels like a lot of hard work went into this. This is like, you know, this could be the actual engineering layout that they drew up on this kind of paper or something. All right, compatibility. Original N64 game cartridges, of course, 100% compatibility, as they said. Region free, so we can even play, you know, games specific for Japan or, you know, the EU or something like that. That's awesome. Compatible with original accessories. So it's really, I mean, down to the very, very most minute little transistors and everything. It's such accurate hardware that you can even use all of the original accessories. That's crazy. Okay. Original style N64 cartridge slot. Yes, we saw that. It looks awesome. Expansion pack support built in. That's cool as well. You get everything that you would have had with the original console. Video, 4K HDMI output. We love it in 4K, don't we? Yes, we do. NTSC and PAL support. Lag-free, zero signal degradation. That's awesome. We're gonna have crisp, clear, beautiful, lag-free video. It's gonna be amazing. Original display modes, CRT and PVM models. Nice. And variable refresh rate. Yes, we love that. Okay, so the controller is sold separately. I was kind of wondering, I was hoping actually in the back of my mind as I read about the controller that they had designed, I was hoping that it would be packaged with it and you'd get the $250 package with this controller included. That would have been nice, but, you know, maybe, you know, that's too much to ask. Like, $250 does seem actually pretty cheap for what they're giving us, right? It's kind of a big deal. Brand new hardware. Well, I mean, you know, copying old hardware, but it is brand new. So maybe it is a little bit too much to ask that $250 would include this controller. So, you know, you add on $39.99. It's almost $300 to have the whole package. Okay. So it's compatible with Analog 3D, Switch, Windows, and Android. So it's not just going to be for the Analog 3D. You could also use it for your other devices or whatever. That's cool. D input and S input modes. I don't know what that is referring to. Okay, I did a simple Google search and it told me everything I needed to know. D input, this mode is compatible with Android devices. S input, this mode is compatible with Switch consoles. Okay. So there you go. It's just the difference between Android or Switch. and it's compatible with both. So they kind of said that already up here, but yeah. So they're just clarifying that with the specific mode naming. Vibration support with Analogue 3D and Switch. Turbo function and Hall effect joystick. Yes. Okay, here's some other stuff I was kind of curious about. So it comes with 2 USB ports, okay. SD card slot including a 16 gigabyte SD card. Wait, including? Okay, so it comes with the 16 gig card, okay. Dual band Wi-Fi with Auto Wireless. 3D OS updating, Bluetooth Classic and LE, 4 original style controller ports, up to 4 players supported. That makes sense for 4 controller ports. I would hope so. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm actually really excited about this. It's cool to see that in the modern era, like there's people out there. Well, they know there's a market. People love this stuff, right? I mean, we love it. We want to play these old games. There are people now trying old games for the first time through emulation, and they're trying it in this imperfect form because there is all this stuff like, oh, you know, if your system's like an older computer or whatever, maybe, or maybe you're trying to run it on a Pi or something like that, you don't have that power that you might need for certain games to be emulated well enough. And again, it's like well enough, right? You're not getting that optimal performance out of these games that you would have gotten on the N64 back in the day. So it is so cool to see that there's people that actually care about these hobbyists, these fans, these hardcore Nintendo fans, right? Who just want to play these old games, or new fans, new in this day and age fans of Nintendo who want to try old N64 games, but they just can't find the games, or they can't find the hardware that's still working or whatever to play it. So this is just so cool. It's so cool that this is happening now. People are making new hardware to play these old games. And it looks like it's gonna come in, I can't tell if this is meant to be a white or like a light gray. I just can't tell from the background. It makes it look like it's gray. But at least there's going to be 2 color options. And hopefully they do a gold. I mean, come on. It would look so good to have a gold. Here, I'm gonna throw up what gold would look like. I'm just gonna do a simple like color overlay in Photoshop. So right here, right over my shoulder, this is what gold would look like. It would look so good. It would look so good. Come on. And that sleek design hiding in the shadows, ready to come out and show us all of its FPGA glory. 250 bones, guys. $250 and you can have this. And throw in the 8-bit Dio controller and it's, you know, about $300, but $300 to get accurate, like original N64 levels of performance out of new hardware. And with some new bells and whistles too. I think it's a good deal. I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm excited to see this thing come out. It's going to be awesome. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.